Yo, yo, yo! Here we go. I am Jammer, the Spitter Swallow Beer Review. Hey, I got Green Bench Brewing's excitement here. Festbier Lager. It's a holdover from my Oktoberfest. But what the heck? We're going to drink it because one, it's beer. And two, it's already paid for. Three, it's a Festbier, so it should be pretty good. Four, it's a local brewery, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. This is right here. Unlike Marzen, Festbier began to replace the export counterpart in Germany in the early 1990s with a more golden color and medium-high bread dough and less richy toasted intensity. Festbier is more akin to a heavy-bodied Helles with more hop flavor. Brewed with imported German Pilsner, Vienna, and Munich malts, Festbier's clean and moderately strong malty flavor was developed entirely through a traditional double decoction process and natural carbonation, resulting in an authentic German-inspired celebratory lager. This is a 5.8 ABV, which is a decent ABV for a festival beer or a Marzen type beer, you know, that kind of Festivus beer, Marzens and stuff like that. Now, BA gives this a NA on the score. That's because they don't have very many reviews on it. It is a local brewery here in Florida, pretty close to where I live. I've never actually been there. I need to start going out and doing on the site videos and stuff like that, and try a selection of their beers and so forth. Jammer fan was going to join me on this one. He's probably tying up his things that he's doing right now. He may join a little later. He may join in the next video. We'll see what happens. But I sent an invite to him as where's it at? Did I send it? Yeah, I sent it. We'll see what happens. Anyway, let me give it a smell here. It smells, I would say, more like a Helles than a Marzen or a festival beer. It smells very, I wouldn't say very bready, but kind of light breadiness. Yeah, not much. It's kind of cloudy. A slight haze to it, not as crisp and clear, but still very attractive golden yellow color. The head is more like a meringue pie type head. It's frothy, and you touch it, it starts to melt. There you go. Anyway, let's give it a drink. Yeah, Fest beers to me, it does taste more like a European lager with a slight Marzen sliding into a Helles type taste. It's interesting, and I don't mind it. Not really my particular flavor, because it kind of tastes bitter, almost harsh. What I like about the Marzen is the bready toastiness. It's nice to have a beer with just the breadiness, the maltiness. I like a lot of IPAs now. Over the years, I've grown to like them a lot more, and I like a lot of them. However, for a change in pace, change of flavor, a change of speed, I like to have something that is different. And I know a lot of married men that probably say that all the time, right? But you got to behave. But in life, everybody, you may love something a lot and you drink and eat it, whatever like that. But eventually you got to go, okay, that's enough. Let me try this for a while. You just take a little break here and there. The great thing about beer in general is that beer is great. It's a wonderful and gift, and it's amazing the many different flavors and styles there are and nuances of it all. And so it's really interesting, and you can't really get bored with it. Now, you may get bored with the alcohol. You may get tired of having to deal with the alcohol effects and everything like that. But as far as the flavors go, I could drink beer every day if it wasn't for the alcohol. I I it's just because of the different flavors. But what is the point of beer without the alcohol, right? Yeah, pretty enjoyable. Like I said, there's no grade on it. Let's look down and see what other people are just kind of. Well, there's only a couple, huh? No, I thought there'd be more than that. A lot of people are voting it close to a 4 out of 5. So, and I kind of agree with them on that because I was thinking this was more like a B plus. The few people there are voting it close to a 4. Yeah, some are voting it for a 4, and some are voting for a 4.1, and so forth. I think it's a decent fest beer, one of the better ones I've had. Yeah, pretty enjoyable. I think that I am going to give this a B plus and a sorter, a swallow and a quarter. It's easy to drink. It's a medium mouthfeel. Carbonation is light to medium. The flavor is really good, especially once you have the first few sips. You get that European lager, slightly bready Marzen type flavors there, and it kind of has a Hell's kind of, which is a combination of them all anyway, to a degree. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Yeah, St. Petersburg, Florida. Well, I'm gonna have to try to get down there and do it. See them. I mean, they have their story online here. Let me see. Um, they were planning on crafting unique beers, mead, and cider, a combination of fresh, local, and traditional ingredients, creating a product that would be enjoyed and embraced by those in the community while striving to challenge the status quo of the taste in this area. Yeah, I've seen the building before. I just can't remember exactly where it's at. Baum Avenue. Okay. One day I'll have to get down there. I tell you, I St. Petersburg is a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong, and it's got some really nice things about it and everything. But the downtown area, like most downtowns for any city, they have the one-way streets and very, very minimal amount of parking, and that's what irritates me. You know, how can you enjoy downtown if you can't find a parking space? I mean, yeah, I guess you have to take the local transportation or you have to walk a good distance and everything like that. But the problem with the downtown area in St. Petersburg, at least it was the last time I went down there, is that the homeless had set up camp in the park right in the center of town. And so you get harassed by a bunch of homeless and drug addicts as you're walking downtown to some of the venues down there, like Davis Landing and some of the Dill Pickle, which is a little restaurant, a deli restaurant, several other little places down there. And it's just an aggravating experience. I mean, the Dolly Museum is down there and all that stuff, but it's just a very aggravating experience. You have this extreme wealth on one end, and right in the center of it all, right there, is a homeless. You go around the corner, there's the prostitutes. Um, it's just a it's not a place where you really would want to, walk with your woman and friends and everything, and risk, especially at night, walking downtown there. You're going to run into some issues. You're going to run into some problems. So many people have already, and so many people have already experienced that side of it, and they've had to, deal with it, the aftermath of the situation. Yeah. So in general, it's not the greatest area down there. Now I don't know exactly where they're at, but I would assume I've been to a few concerts down there, and I've gone to some. I haven't let it stop me enjoying the area. It's just that I'm very aware of it, and I know a lot of people would come as tourists and think, "Oh, I could just walk from my hotel down there." Well, you better wait. Better make sure that when you do, you know where you're going and what you're doing, and be aware of your surroundings. Just like if you go to New Orleans and walk down Duval and all that stuff, you want to stay on the main drag. You don't want to go down the alleyways or anything like that. I was warned by a friend of mine, a former boss actually too, who was a cop, a city cop there. He goes, "Oh, you're going to New Orleans, Jammer? Yeah, you going to New Orleans? Make sure you don't go down the alleyways. Go cut across to the cross streets and all that stuff. Make sure you stay on the main drags." Because if you go down that way, that's where we used to have a lot of muggings, a lot of killings and shootings and stuff like that. Is when people would walk off the beaten path and go down as a shortcut because you think, oh, let's just go down this way. And they, some of them lived to regret it, some didn't, and that's what he was warning me about. And he was a cop from, man, 15 years there, 15, 20 years. So he knows what he was talking about. So yeah, great beer. Um, Gonna have to get down there and maybe do an on location type video, um, and try a few of their beers. We'll see. I may have to go out there and try it out, along with a few other places. The England Brewery here in Tampa, down in Tampa, they opened up a tap house. They have a lot of different things, but the menu. A lot of people that I talk to that have seen the menu and everything, they're very disappointed in it. Uh, it's a very uppity, kind of crazy menu that doesn't really fit the locale. The It just doesn't jive all that well. That's crazy. You'd think they would have done some research on it, but hey, that's how it goes. All right, I'm going to end this one. So on the next one, hopefully Jammer fan and maybe in PA Brew News, who knows, would like to join. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and sharing. Tinkle the bell. Shagdog loves a tinkle. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.